Colts, Titans, another AFC South. Colossal matchup here. Where are we starting with this conversation here? You want to start with the Titans or Indianapolis?
I'll go with Tennessee. And this appears to be after facing two opponents with really good pass rushes in Denver and the Rams. This appears to be the moment where we can go, okay, maybe Cam Ward will be protected enough to do something in the pocket this week, right? It's great for him to make the big flashy out-of-pocket throws, and the touchdown last week was fantastic. But at the end of the day, the Titans have spent a boatload of money and draft picks, for that matter, 2 first-rounders on this offensive line, and they have not lived up to it yet. The guards, Peter Skoronski and Kevin Zeitler, have been okay, but overall, as a unit, second-worst pass-blocking grade in the NFL, fifth-worst pressure rate, tied for the most sacks allowed. The Colts are 27th in pass rush grade. They have not really gotten it going yet. Leatu Latu was hurt last week. We'll see if he's back this week. You've got DeForest Buckner on the inside who's going to go against those 2 guards. But I think this is the moment now where you go, okay, it's a little easier opponent. The Colts aren't, they're going to show you different looks with Lou Anarumo, but they're manufacturing a pass rush right now more than just winning one-on-one battles. How many clean pockets can you give Cam Ward, right? He just has not had enough so far. I think a young quarterback especially who's trying to find chemistry with his receivers, Cam Ward is really good when he plays on time, and I know the highlight plays for him a lot of time are outside the pocket, but I think even last year at Miami, he was better when he was in rhythm and making those throws because he can see zone coverages and things of that nature so well. If he is clean, I think he has an opportunity to produce against a Lou Anarumo zone-heavy defense and a team that last week started 2 cornerbacks that have been on their team for less than a month. There is an opportunity, but the Titans, for the sake of A, the franchise and their quarterback, and B, for the sake of winning games, they need to pass protect better than they have the first 2 weeks. Considering the opponent, they have a slightly better opportunity to do that this week.
Yeah, I think that's where all the conversations start with the Tennessee Titans, is you have a guy that you have a lot of faith in at quarterback, and now it's your job to make sure the offensive line is as good as possible. And I don't know how much it's going to change from this current group this season, but it's hopefully a good measuring stick of where you are with these guys and who you want to build this offensive line around moving forward. And I think this is a big game, obviously, to be able to prove that for some of these guys. The Colts, as you know, Dalton, are having a pretty good season. They're calling it the perfect season.
They are calling it the perfect season, Trev.
They're calling it the perfect season.
Don't forget that. It's the perfect season.
You won't let me forget it, and I won't let you forget it just because I crack up every time we say the phrase, have yet to punt. I don't know if they're going to punt in this game. I say that, watch them go 3 and out to start this game. But honestly, a reason why they have had one of the highest EPA per plays in the NFL, which in fact they are trailing only the Buffalo Bills, and they're trailing the Buffalo Bills by 0.001 for number 1 when it comes to EPA per play in the NFL. So they are right there at the very top with the Buffalo Bills at the best is moving the ball and scoring points. Of course you are when you never punt the football. But a big reason why, running the ball, man. I mean, Jonathan Taylor looks like he is the Jonathan Taylor of old, and they're playing extremely well on the ground. Second best EPA per play, I mentioned that, but second most rushing yards in the NFL, second most missed tackles forced from their running backs when they are running the football. It is such an impactful run game, an efficient run game, a difference-making run game. They've got those explosive plays, whether it's the rushes or what Jonathan Taylor's been able to do as a receiver. I think that's huge for this team. And as long as they can continue to run the ball efficiently, doesn't have to be number 1 in the NFL, but hey, if they're top 10 at rushing efficiency, this offense is going to run very smoothly, especially with Daniel Jones playing as confidently as he is. Now, if he's got to drop back and throw the ball 45 times, okay, we might get in a little bit of trouble there, but there has not been a team that's really put that pressure on him, which is surprising to say that given the fact that they played the Denver Broncos last week. They were still able to run the ball the way that they wanted to, and Jonathan Taylor was still able to be a really good offensive weapon out of the backfield. Now, on the flip side of things for this matchup specifically, the Tennessee Titans, they have 8 missed tackles so far this year, which is, I believe, bottom 12 in the NFL. It's like 12th most in the NFL, which is not the situation that you want to be in. And they're 26th in total run defense grade at a 57.1. And so I just don't see the Titans doing what they need to do in the offensive trenches and also stopping the run to win this game. I have the Colts winning, and I have the Colts winning with a decently high score. 30-21 is what I have this game at. And unless Cam Ward is just unbelievable, and unless this is just his first Wizard game, which, hey, maybe it is. Wasn't it Jaden Daniels week 3 last year? Isn't that the week that he played the Bengals and he just went absolutely nuclear? So maybe there's something about week 3 with rookie quarterbacks if Cam Ward's able to do it here. But outside of that, it's hard for me to see the Indianapolis Colts lose this one. So I got them winning 30-21.
I had to look it up for the fun of it just because you mentioned it, Trev. So right now you can get the Colts to punt on their first drive on DraftKings at plus 122. If you were feeling like taking that, if you were feeling like breaking the curse on their first drive, you could get that right now. You get plus 122 on a punt.
Good call out. Good call out.
I think Tennessee, I think their D-line, I think Sweat and Simmons and Joseph Day on the inside can give the Colts offensive line a pretty good battle here. It's the second-level defenders I worry about more so with Tennessee. I actually think this game is going to be a bit closer than you have it in Tennessee. I think their offensive line is going to play at least a little bit better this week, but I still have the Colts winning 23-19. I think we get a hard-fought physical game, and eventually the Colts passing game and what Daniel Jones is doing through the air is going to make the difference in a closer game than you have it.